Good afternoon. Today we'll be learning encryption and decryption. So encryption is a process of converting a plain text to a ciphertext. A plain text is something which can be readable and understandable, and ciphertext is you can read it but you cannot understand it, which has got no meaning. Okay, and decryption is converting a ciphertext to plain text. So encryption, the opposite word is, okay, this is substitution technique. Okay, here I'll maintain a shift value of 3, which means that A will be shifted to 3 positions towards right. Like A will be shifted to 3 positions here. A, B, C, in that way. Okay, so A, B, C, D, E, F will be shifted to 3 positions. So since this position is left over, W, X, Y, Z, X will be A, Y will be B, and Z. Cyclic. Okay. So there are 26 alphabets, and these alphabets were shifted 3 times towards right. Okay. Now imagine my information is H, make it capital. H, E, L, L, O. Hello. This is my original information. So I'm converting this information to cipher information. Basing this, wherever it is H, it should be E. At E, it should be B. At L, it should be I. At O, it should be L. So this is readable, but you cannot understand it. Plain text. Sorry, this is readable. You can understand it. Plain text. This is also readable, but you cannot understand it. It's like a secret information. Okay. So this is called encryption. This is called encryption. Now we'll see decryption. In order to decrypt, we need to have a ciphertext and apply the reverse process. Say again, this is your information. I'll pause it for a minute. Okay. See, this is your cipher information. In encryption, you took shift value as 3, which means you shifted the alphabet 3 times towards right. Now it should be -3. It should be, when you are decrypting, it should be -3. So if it is -3, it will be shifted 3 times towards left, which means this will be Z, this will be Y, this will be W, so on. In this way, all the characters will be shifted towards left, because it is minus, towards left. If it is plus, towards right. Okay. Now these things will be, this will be A, sorry, it's capital A, and B and C. Simple. Okay. Now I need to decrypt using this thing. So in order to decrypt, I should have a ciphertext. What is the ciphertext? EBIIL. EBIIL. Read, which you cannot understand. Okay. So you should give the right key. So I'm giving the right key, that is -3 or 3. It should decrypt now, so automatically it will change the sign to minus. So E, at E it is H. At B, it is E. At I, it is L. L and L, it is O. And this is my original text. This is called decryption. This is called a decryption. A plain text has been converted to ciphertext. Encryption and ciphertext is the input for decryption. And if you give the right key, it decrypts to a correct plain text. Or if you give the wrong key, it will give a wrong output. See, I will give a wrong key. This plain text has been encrypted with a shift value of 3. So the output is EBIIL. I gave the right key, so I got the correct output HELLOW. Sorry, HELLO. Hello. Now let us take a wrong key. EBDIIL. Okay. My shift value, say I will take it as 4. Let me pause this. So if the shift value is 4, A will be shifted 4 steps towards left, which means the first character will be E. If 4 left move అయిపోతాయి, E will be the first character, and in a cyclic process, A, B, C, D. Now you have given shift value as 4. So E means what? E means I, and B means what? For a shift value 4, B is F, I means M, L means P. Does it got any meaning? No. Which can be readable, but you cannot understand what it is. So in order to have the correct plain text, you should give right key. The key should be the secret between two persons. Say a person need to communicate to other person saying hello, not by HELLO, by encrypting that hello. Okay, what he will say is EBIIL. He will send that information, and the secret code is 3. This is maintained between two people. Secret code 3. Now what that person will do? He will apply that shift value 3 and will decrypt that information, and he will get to know hello, so that the intermediate persons will not know what the actual meaning is or what the correct information is, because it has been encrypted. If the information is encrypted, the third party people or the in-between people cannot understand what the information is unless they decrypt with the right key. Since the key is maintained between the two people, only they can decrypt it in a correct way. So this is a substitution technique, very easy technique. So before we see that program, see here, substitution cipher technique is a technique where the plain text characters are replaced with other characters, numbers, or symbols. Okay, but the disadvantage is character identity is changed, but not the position. Position remains unchanged. Okay, this is a disadvantage with cipher text. And the letter with low frequency can detect plain text, or the letter with high frequency can also detect the plain text. If I can detect a single character, it is easy for me to detect remaining characters. Just the difference will give me the shift value, and the shift value is the key here. Just a number. That number is also 1 to 26. Because there are only 26 alphabets, right? That number can also be a 1 to 26 only. It is very easy to predict this encrypted text. So it is not suggestible. Now we will see a program. Now we will take input as plain text in our example. Let that first character be H. H minus 65 is 7. 72 minus 65 is 7. Or any number minus 65 is that index value. Like L. L means 76. 76 minus 65 is 11. X. X minus 65 is 23. 88 minus 65 is 23. In that way. So if you subtract any number from A, you will be getting that index. Sorry, if you subtract any character from A, you will be getting that index value. Okay, for that purpose, what I'm doing is, let I be a character from the plain string, subtract A, ASCII value of A from it, then you will be getting the index value, zeros and ones. Okay, and now you add the shift value to it plus E. E is the shift value. Add to it and perform modulus 26 operation so that it will be rotated within the that 26 alphabets only. Modulus 26. So your character from the plain text minus A will give you the index of that alphabet, and if the index exceeds 26, automatically it will be within the limits of 26 only. Okay, so this is my technique to shift a value. Now this CH should be appended to cipher. Cipher dot append. Before I append, it should be converted to char and append. CHR of CH. Because this CH will store ASCII value. That ASCII value should be converted to character again. So cipher dot append of char. Fine. So what if the data contains spaces? That spaces need not be encrypted, right? So make sure that I should not be a space. I not equal to space. If I not equal to space, then only convert that thing to decrypt. Sorry. If I not equal to space, then convert that particular character to a cipher character by adding a shift value, that is key, and that stores the ASCII value. Convert that ASCII value to a character and append to cipher list. Append to cipher list. Okay. If it is not, if it is a space, else, if it is a space, simply append that thing. No issues. Append I. You need not do any procedure. Space will be appended as space itself. If it is not space, then you need to add the shift value to it. Okay. So this is the technique. Now, finally, in this way, it gets encrypted. Now let us see the values. Print plain text. This is your plain text, and print cipher text. Because plain is something what you have read at the beginning of the program, and cipher is something which you have calculated. Okay, by adding a shift value and performing modulus 26 operation. Because modulus 26 is like rotating within the 26. After this modulus 26, you need to add A again, because it will be within the limits of 0 to 26. Now you need to move that character to 65 to 92. Okay, so again add order of A. It's like going back to 0, performing the shift operation and coming back to original position. So going back to 0, adding the shift value and coming back to original position. Make sure it should be within the limits of 0 to 26. So I'm performing modulus 26. KHOOR. We will run this code now. Okay. Let the value be college, and the key value is 3. So the encrypted version of college is FROOHJH. FROOHJH. Since it is like a list, you can convert it into a string in this way, like cipher equal to it is in capital letters. Okay. Cipher equal to join. Using join function, you can convert that list to, we can convert that list to a string. Now see, let enter data, college, and key is 3. So college is my plain text, FROOH. Now we will see a decrypt operation. That is the part about the stars is encrypt operation and decrypt. It is very easy, and just copy paste the encrypt operation and print paste it. Now you are supposed to read what? Ciphertext. Read ciphertext, read key, and get the plain text. So all the plain will be converted to cipher and cipher to plain. Cipher, and you should subtract the key. For encryption, you are adding the key. For decryption, you need to subtract the key, and the rest of the thing is same. So cipher to plain, plain text, and you print ciphertext first and then plain text next. Okay, so cipher plain, everything is fine. Right. Now we'll run this. First, I'll give some data. I'll encrypt it with a key value, and then I will input the encrypted thing as a ciphertext to the decrypt operation, and I'll give the same key value. Then it should give me the right output. Okay, or the original text. So the data is, hello, how are you? Okay. Any problem with internet connection? So 3. So hello, how are you has been encrypted to KHOOR, KRZ, DUH, BRX. Now I need to give this data as input for decrypt operation because this is encrypt operation. Okay. So the output of encrypt operation should be the input for decrypt operation. Then I should get the right original text if I give the right key. So KHOOR space KRZ space DUH space BRX is the decrypted data or the secret data. Now I am giving the right key 3. So hence I got my original out. This is the ciphertext and this is my plain text. What if I give the wrong key? That we will see now. So hello, hi is my data and the key is 3 and the encrypted data is KHOOR space ADL. Okay. Now I'm giving the wrong key. I'm guessing it wrong. Like the key value might be 10. So it gave a wrong data. AXEEH Can you understand it? This is encrypted data and this is decrypted data with the wrong key. So you cannot decrypt the data unless you give the right key. Okay. What am I saying is it is very easy to detect the key because you are applying a procedure called shift procedure. The key will always be less than 26 because there are only 26 characters. Or if you can guess one character, then the game is over. The person will get the original data. Like see here, there are 2 O's and it is a 5-letter word. Oh, 5-letter word which contains 2 words. Then I will get, my common sense will give me a 5-letter word which contains 2 words. Might be it is a hello. So what I'll do, I'll make a difference between O and L. The difference between O and L is 3. So I got the key, type it. As simple as that. So this is not suggestible for encryption and decryption because very easy to detect the key. Okay. This is first technique. Okay. In our second technique, that is Wizner cipher technique, what we will do is we will take a plain text and a key value. Here the key value is not an integer. It is again a text, just like your password. Okay. I'll explain this thing with a small example here. And later on we'll apply these formulas to write a Python program. So say here, it is your plain text. Now how will I encrypt this plain text? Say my plain text is college and my key is and. Plain text is college, key is and. Now C and A, get the value C from plain text, the first character from the plain text, and A, the first character from the key text. See here, C row, 8th column. The alphabet is C. So the ciphertext first character is C. Now O and N. Now 4th row, nth column. 4th row, nth column is B. Okay. So it should be B. Now Lth row, Tth column. L row, T column is E. Okay. Now key is just 3 characters, but the plain text is 7 characters. What we need to do? Increase the key. A, N, T. And A. Until the length of the character. A and T, A and T, A and T, A and T. In that way, key gets increases until the length of the plain text. Now, L and A, L throw A column is L. E and N, I'll pause it. So in that way, if you can do this, this is your ciphertext. So how you're getting this encrypted text is, you're getting the ith character from the plain text, adding the ith character of key text, and performing the modulus 26 operation to get the encrypted character. C and A gives you C, O and N gives you B, L and T gives you E, L and A is L, E and N is R, G and T is Z, E and A is E. So this is your ciphertext. Now to perform a decrypt operation, the output of encrypt operation should be input for decrypt operation. That is CBELRZD. CBELRZD is the input. Now see how I'll get the plain text. What I'll do is, I will see the eighth row, key on a row, eighth row, and find the C and print its column. Eighth row, find the C and print its column. It is C. Space. And now nth row, key on a row, ciphertext ekkadundi, a column pair. Reverse process. So nth row, the ciphertext is B, nth row B ekkadundi. O దగ్గర. So it is O. Now tth row E. Tth row E is at L. Eighth row L. Eighth row L is at L. Now nth row R. Nth row R is at E. Now tth row Z. Tth row Z is at Z. Now eighth row E. Eighth row is at E. And hence my plain text. Correct. Provided if I give the right key. If I give the wrong key, I will be getting different characters. And it is very tough to guess compared to, let us compare this thing to the previous technique. In previous technique, what happens is, if I get to know one character, I can identify the shift value. If I know the shift value, I can get all the characters, right? So here it is not the case because the college contains two L's, and first L has been converted to E and the second L has been converted to L only. So this word doesn't give you any repeated characters or the substitution characters. You will not find any substitution characters. It depends upon the key. Larger the key, more difficult to decrypt. Less the key, it is very easy to decrypt. Okay, so no matter how the plain text is, the key is the primary factor here, because you're encrypting and decrypting basing on this table. And for a human to do this technique is very tough. Just for the single word college, we took a lot of time, right? Just to encrypt the college and then decrypt that thing to original text. So see here, let the plain text be plain again, and key text is a text. It's not an integer now. It is also a text. So key is also a string, and the cipher is an empty list which I need to create after an encryption operation. Now what I'll do is I'll identify the key length of key. K equal to length of key. Okay. I'll do this thing while k less than length of t. Then t equal to key into k. What does it mean? If the length of plain text is more and the length of key text is less, I need to extend this key text to the length of plain text. So that is what? If the length of key text is less than length of plain text, multiply that key text until this loop breaks, which means until it is equal to the or greater than the plain text, so that I will be getting each and individual characters for ith character of plain text, ith character of key text. For that operation, I have written this while loop. Okay. Now what we will do is we will try to convert this particular formula to a program. Now the plain text and key text are ready. Now for I in range length of plain text, length of plain, what I'll do is I will get the okay, if plain of I is not equal to space, just for the space need not be encrypted. The space should be like a space, or a number should be like a number. Only the text need to be encrypted. So for that I have written if the ith character in the plain is space, you don't do any operation, either encrypt operation or decrypt operation. Just let it be like a space. If it is not space, then I want this P of I. How will I get that P of I? Let that be a first expression, F equal to ORD of is like getting the ASCII value. ORD of plain of I minus minus ORD of, if it is capital letters, I will give capital letters. If it is small letters, it is small letters. In previous example, I taught you with capital letters. Now I will deal with small letters, small a. Okay, this is how it is like plain of I ASCII value minus small a ASCII value, so that I will get back to indexes like 0 to 26. This is my first element, that is P of I. Plain of I has been converted to F. Next, sorry, P of I. Now the second element. What is second element? Key. So key of I minus ORD of A. Now this is my second item in the formula. P of I is first item. This is my second item. Now I need to get the E of I. Let that be CH equal to F plus S, applying the formula. F is P of I, S is K of I. F plus S modulus 26 plus ORT of A. Why? Get back to original position. Now this operation is being done at 0 to 26 only. But the actual ASCII value of A is 92. Small a is 92. Capital A is 65. Right? So get back to original position. So I'm adding an ASCII value of small a. So that a small a at 0 to 26 will be moved to 92. Okay. Now we append that to ciphertext. Append that to ciphertext. Cipher dot append of by converting it to character. So this happens when the character is not space. If it is space, simply cipher dot append of plane of I, that is space. Even if you write space, it's okay. Okay. Even if you write space, it's okay. Okay, not an issue. So cipher dot append of plane of I. So hence the task is over. Now we need to convert this ciphertext and plain text to strings. So cipher is equal to join of cipher. So this will convert the list into a string. Now we will print it. Print plain text and print ciphertext. So I'll execute this program. See here. So there is an error like an extra parenthesis for key. There it is. Line number 2. There's extra parenthesis for key. So enter data. I am giving data as HELLO, hello. So key is AND, A-N-D. So then there is an error like P. Okay, instead of writing plain, I have written P somewhere here. Plain. Okay. Let me do it again. So data is hello and key is AND. So it's a memory error. What we'll do is here the key need to be updated every time. So let it make it length of key. If length of key is less than length of plain, then key equal to key into k. Because every time key is being updated, no? So it should be length of key, not k. Now we'll run it. Let it be hello and so here it is. HELLO, hello, has been encrypted to HRELB. HELLO has been encrypted to HRELB. Now this is your encryption operation. Now what we will do is we'll try to decrypt this thing. Okay. So I'm separating it with stars. Yes, the code above the stars is encryption operation code, and the code below will be decryption operation. So I'll just to copy paste, just the way I did for a previous example. Yes, here. So the plain will be a ciphertext because I am reading the ciphertext for decryption and converting it to plain. So cipher will be converted to plain and plain to cipher. Small changes and plus to minus. So plain and plain should be converted to cipher. Plain is to cipher and this is to cipher. Instead of plus, it should be minus because formula E of I minus K of I plus 26. E of I is a ciphertext character, K of I is key character plus 26, and then perform modulus 26. E of I is ciphertext character, S is key character, perform plus 26, and then perform modulus 26. And adding small a to it is like bringing back to original position. Now the operation is done within the limits of 0 to 26, but the ASCII value of small a is from 92 to 122, right? So it should move to original position. So for that I am adding order ORD of A. It's like adding an ASCII value. Now then I am converting that ASCII value to a character and appending to the plain text, not cipher. Plain text. And if it is not space, simply add that space. Cipher of I. Plain dot append of cipher of I. Finally, the plain text is as a list. Now I need to join it to convert it into a string. To convert that particular thing into a string. And print the ciphertext first and then plain text next. This is your ciphertext, and the final output will be the plain text. Now we will run this code for the right input at first time and wrong input for the next time. So for the first time I am running this code. Enter data. Let it be hello. And the key is and. Okay, that is my output. So for HELLO, the output is UXL YH. Now the output of encryption operation should be the input for decrypt operation. So UXLYH. Okay, with space, right? Okay, make it with space. Space UXLYH. Enter. And the right key is AND. So I got the right output. So my plain text is hello. Encrypted text is this one. I gave the encrypted text again and gave the right key. I got the plain text. Like this operation will be performed by person 1 who want to transfer the information, and this operation will be performed by the person 2 who want to receive the information. So the person in between, the third person cannot find the right information because he knows only this thing. ULXYH. What does that mean? So no third person knows what it is until he knows the right key, and the key is AND. So this password will be communicated between these two people, person 1 and person 2, and later on they will be sending the information between these two people. And as long as the password is right, he can decrypt well, else he cannot decrypt well. And there is no shift factor here, because I said there are two L's here, but is it like a substitution kind of? L ki unko character substitute avutundi annattu unda ledu. L ki L okay, ee L ki Y undi. Now there is no like duplicate characters. You cannot predict the value. And the key can be of any length. Need not be a 3-letter word. It can be of any length. Okay, and the text can also be any length. Now we will compile the same program for a wrong key. Enter data hello, and the key is AND. So HRELB is the encrypted thing. Okay, and input is HRELB is decrypted. Input for decryption is the output of encryption, HRELB, and I am giving wrong key, monkey, MONKEY, monkey. So the output is wrong. VDRBX. What does it mean? Got it? This is what you should give the right key. Then only you will be getting the right thing. You can do it for sentences also. No, it need not be words. Like, you know, I want to communicate with my friend, say at some X location. Now what I'll do is, hello, how are you? How are you? Fine. Okay, this is my data. And the key is, let that key be monkey. What I'll do is, I will call him or her saying that the key is monkey, and I'll be transmitting the data. So get it. So the third person in between me and my friend will get to know this thing, an encrypted text. Unless he know the right key, he cannot decrypt the text. Okay, say here TS YVS space TCJ space EPQ space LYY is the input or secret information for decryption. I need to give the right key to get it decrypted correctly. So the right key is what? My friend at that location will give the right key, that is monkey. Now he or she will get to know that, oh, this person have communicated with me saying that, hello, how are you? This is how it works. You know, this is end of this Wesner cipher technique. Now comparison. The previous technique is worst, and this technique is much better than any other technique, because there is no restriction like, you know, you can like number. The key length can be of any length. The plain text can be of any length. No two characters can be of same, and there is no substitution factor, and it is very high to predict it. Of course, you can predict with some algorithms, but it's not that easy. Okay, so this is very good technique compared to previous technique. Okay, that's all for today's class. And if you want this code, you can note it down. I'll wait it. I will wait for 2 to 3 minutes. Yes, or you do one thing. Take a snapshot of this. Take a photograph, and then you do it. If you want to communicate with your friend in a secret language, you can do this, right? Okay, like you will be entering the original data, getting the encrypted data as output in encryption operation. So copy that encrypted data or write down that encrypted data in a piece of paper and give to your friend. Okay, so any person who sees the data cannot understand what it is because it is encrypted. Of course, readable. It contains alphabets, but you cannot understand it. Only the person who knows the key, that is your friend, who knows the key, can decrypt it. What he or she will do is he will enter that secret data here, and he will give the right key, and you will be getting the original information. That is how it works. So the both people need to maintain both encryption and decryption code. If you want to send the data, encrypt it and send. If you want to receive the data, decrypt it and receive it. Okay, so you can do this thing in GUI interface also. When I taught Java to my old students, they have done this thing as a small project, very mini project. With they extend this thing to next level, like steganography. They have embedded the encrypted data in an image. The original data converted to secret data, and secret data was hidden in an image, and an image has been transmitted to other person via mail, and he will download that image. If you see that image, it will be like an image, but it contains data, and he will decrypt the data and get to another original text. This is what they done. Even you can do this. In this class, I told you encryption and decryption. No? So when time permits, I'll tell you that steganography also, like how to hide the data in an image and transfer from one person to another person, so that the image looks like an image, but it contains some data. Only the person who is a sender and the person who is a receiver know that that particular image has got some data. That we can do in next class. Okay, that I'll teach you in next class. So as of now, I think you took the screenshots. This is screenshot 1 for encryption operation, and this is for line number 21 to 37 is for decryption operation. Okay, if you have any doubts, please respond in your chat window, or I'm running out of time. So maybe next class. So if you have any issues, ask me in the next class, or you can chat me in the, we have a WhatsApp group, right? So you can chat me there. Execute this program, have fun, use it for the right purpose. Don't misuse these techniques. Okay, I know you belong to some good age. Don't misuse these things. Okay. Thank you very much. Of course, this is a part of